Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, I will show you how to create an API endpoint that will serve a GET request, a POST request, a PUT request, and a DELETE request. Now GET request, it is generally used to retrieve data. POST request generally is used to add a data to the database. A PUT request is generally used to perform full update, and a DELETE is to perform delete operations. Now I will show you how to create an API endpoint. I will be using FastAPI. This is one of the Python's library, very popular. So let's go ahead and install this library first. So I'm going to run this command pip install FastAPI uvcon. So copy this and come over here. And my tutorial, all my this code is going to be inside this directory, FastAPI tutorial -1. So Control V, paste this command and run this command. That should install these libraries. I already have installed this library, so I'm not running this command. But if you have never installed this before, so go ahead, run this command. That should install this library for you. Okay, assuming now you have run this command and you've installed it, now the next step is going to be writing the code. So I have this file called main.py. In that main.py, I'm calling from my FastAPI, I'm importing FastAPI first. I'm creating an instance of the FastAPI. So I'm calling app equal to FastAPI. Then I'm calling this inbuilt method get. And this particular right here is saying that anytime when you get a get request at this URL right here like this, then call this function home. And what this function does, it returns a message. It returns a dictionary. And it's going to be a message, and the message would be fast API is working. That's it. Okay, very simple, few lines of code, and that's all it's doing. So assuming that you've done this, now come over here, go to your command prompt, and you're gonna be typing this command right now to start your server, uvcon main colon app hyphen hyphen reload. So copy, paste it. Now before I run this, I want to show you something. That right now, the content of this directory is right here, main.py. So make sure this main.py is in the same directory that you're running this command in, this right here. So what this command does is going to call uvcon server, and it's going to use this main.py file, that would be this right here, and inside this py file is going to call app, that would be this right here, app. And this hyphen hyphen reload, what it does is that anytime you make changes to your main.app, you don't have to close the server and restart again. This server is automatically going to is gonna reload those changes. It's gonna detect those changes and it's gonna upload those changes automatically. All right, so let's go ahead and hit enter and wait for it. And there you go. You're gonna see a message like this: uvcon running on this right here. So go ahead, copy this, Control C, go to your web browser and paste this and hit enter. And there you go. You're gonna see this message right here. Message fast API is working. Great. So your fast API is working. This line of code right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 lines of code, it created that message. All it did was create this get route. So anytime when a user enters a get request, it's going to get this message. Now suppose I type something else. Fast API is working great. I am happy. All right, and I'm going to save it. Now I don't have to restart my server. Just come over here, reload, and watch, and there you go. You can see that I'm happy has been printing now over there. That's because your reload, that option we gave, reload right here a minute ago, that was this right here, it automatically reloads the change. This is why we put reload over here. Okay, now let's add some more stuff over here. Now my next step is going to be create a small database so I can play around with that. So in this instance right here, I'm importing my SQL library, creating a function called get connection. Is going to connect to your database.db. It's going to create a connection, return the connection. And this one right here is responsible for creating the connection, and then it's going to execute a small query. And the query is this: it's going to create a table called items. In this items, it's going to have a column ID, name, price, and quantity. That's it. And then at the end, I close the database. So let's go ahead and run this. And before I run this, well, yeah, let's just keep this over here. So save it. And I'm going to, let's see if this table gets executed. So come back over here and okay. All right. Now let's go check if the database has been created. So go back to your directory. And if you come over here, there you go. You can see that database.db has been created automatically. I didn't have to run any special command. All I had to do was just enter these commands right here. Okay. So this one created the database for me. I didn't have to run anything except the server. The server was running and the server automatically created the database for me. Great. Next step. Now I will create an API endpoint for serving post request. This code is responsible for that. So let me explain you what this code does. This is for post request. And here it will serve request at this URL. And it's going to call this function create item. It's going to accept an argument item. This right here, right? Item. Now this item is defined over here. I'm invoking a base model. I'm actually inheriting methods from the base model. And this base model is being called from Pydantic. This is a library that gets installed when you install your FastAPI and your UVCon. So what this library does is basically, think of this as an instruction. It's telling that when you get a information from the user, the name, it should be a string and the minimum length should be 2 characters. When you get price from the user, it should be a float and it should be greater than 0. So the user has to enter a number that is greater than 0. So this is called data validation. That's what this function is doing. That's what this class is doing. Quantity, this is going to be an integer. This is going to be equal to greater than or equal to 0. So in other words, the user has to enter a number that is greater than or equal to 0. So you get the data from the user, the item, you get the name, price, and quantity from the user. You create a connection, create a cursor, execute your cursor. So in this case, insert into items, the table we just created is going to insert name, price, quantity, and these are the values it's going to get inserted. And then at the end, it's going to commit, close, and return a message that item added successfully. Now, after I added this code, I don't have to do anything, just save the file. That's all I have to do. The server is going to reload this file automatically. Now, if you go to this URL right here, you will see an option for an option to an option that will allow you to see this post request. So let's go ahead, go to this cursor. So come over here and paste it, enter, and there you go. You see this option, fast API. You'll see a get and you see a post request. So if you click on post request, you will see all these options right here. So name, price, quantity, application. You can even try it out. Now we're going to try it out. And you get all these messages. So let me decrease the size of the screen so you can see what's happening over here. Okay, so this is what you see in the output. Now, let's try this thing out. Click on try it out. And parameters, you can enter your parameter right here. It's telling you that this should be a string. So you can enter a name. Let's say you are entering a name of an item. Let's say it is an apple. Apple. Price, let's say is 4. And let's say the quantity is 2. All right. Come over here, hit execute, and done. So it sent the request. Now, if you go back to your database, you should see that record has been created. What just happened was it received that item, the information I just sent. Okay, it got the name, it got the price, it got the quantity, it created all this connection, it executed this query, and that table, that items table has been populated with these 3 items. Let's go verify. So I'm going to come over here and go to your directory right here, and you're going to see database DB. So go ahead, open this up. I'm going to double click. That's going to open up in my SQLite Studio. So let me close this. This is from my previous run and come over here. This is my database right here. So click on this and you're going to see items. I'm going to open this up and let me just increase the size of the screen so you can see. Oops, there you go. Click on data and there you go. You can see that one apple quantity, a price is for quantity 2. This has been successfully created. And now I'm going to create 2 more records. So go back to your website, this one right here. Let's add some more records. So come over here, put an apple. Now I'm going to put maybe banana. And let's say price is 3 and quantity, let's say, is 5. And come over here, execute. There you go. Go back to your database right here and refresh the screen, and you should see that table now. So come over here, and how do you refresh? Where's the refresh button? Oh, there it is, refresh. And there you go, apple, banana, done. Now let's add one more. Come over here, let's add kiwi. Kiwi, let's say the price is 9, quantity is 2. Come over here, execute the query, go back to your database, refresh, and there you go. You can see that 1, 2, 3, your kiwi, that was the last one, it has been successfully created. All right, so I showed you now how to create an item, how to add a data to the database using post request at this URL /items. Let me put this URL over here so you can see how I got this. So come over here, and there you go. This is the URL right here. So from this URL, actually I have it right here. Yeah, this URL is already there. So I hope this session, I hope up to here you understood how to do post request. And now I will show you how to create an API endpoint that will allow you to fetch all the data. So come over here, I'm going to paste the code, and this is my step number 4. This one is responsible for serving get request. So the get request will come at this URL /items. It will execute the function get items, creates a connection, creates a cursor, and it's going to execute this statement. Select everything from the table items. It's going to fetch everything. And then at the end, I close the connection, and then I return the data in the form of a list of dictionary. Okay, so I'm going to save this. The file is saved now. Now I can view all my items by going to this URL, or I can actually use my Swagger. So let's go ahead, take a look at this URL first. In this case, I have to just type 127.0.0.1 colon 8000 items. And that's because this is items over here. All right, so let me copy this. I'm going to go to my browser and paste it right there, enter, and there you go. You can see this data is right there. This is my ID, name, apple, price, quantity right there. You can see it's a list of a dictionary. This is my first one, first record right here. Okay, this is my apple. This one is banana right here, second one. And then this is the third one right here. And I think this is the fourth one. This one somehow got created. Maybe I was messing with something, and this is how it got created. We can go ahead and delete that later on. So we can actually verify. Just come over here, refresh the screen, and there you go. You can see that the fourth item has been created. So there are 4 items now. Now you can actually see these items using Swagger UI 2. All you have to do is just go to this URL right here. So I'm going to copy this, come over here, paste it, run this. And now you're going to see this get home, get items. This is the one. This is the one we just got created. So go ahead, click on this. And you're going to see this option, try it out. Go ahead, click on try it out. And now execute. And if you come down, you will see those items right here. This is your response right here. This is the response you received from the database. ID 1, apple. ID 2, banana. ID 3, kiwi. ID 4, string right here. So coming back over here, this right here, what just happened is that when you came to this URL, this right here, it executed this function, creates the connection, creates the cursor, executes the query, and returns the value. And now I will show you how to retrieve just one item from the database. So this is the code that will do that. In this case, I'm creating an endpoint that will access, that will serve the get request. And this is the URL is going to accepting /items and then the item ID right here. So item ID, that would be this ID right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on which ID the user enters, it's going to return one of these products right here. So this is the function get item. Item ID is going to be an integer. Create a connection first, create a cursor, execute the query. It's going to select everything from the item table where ID equal to this item ID. that item ID that the user entered. And then it's going to fetch the record. It's going to close the connection. If there's nothing, let's say the row has nothing, it's going to raise this error, HTTP exception. So HTTP exception, I'm importing over here. So it raises HTTP exception, status code equal to this, detail is going to be something like this, item not found. If everything is successful, it's going to return my row right there. So I'm going to save this. And as soon as I saved it, this file has been reloaded already now. Now I can view the items by going to this website. So let's click on this. So in this case, I'm saying go to http 127.0.0.1:8000 /items /2. So I'm saying retrieve me the item with ID 2. So I'm going to copy this, go to URL, paste it, hit enter, and there you go. Item 2, that is item with ID 2, that is banana, and the price is 3, and the quantity is 5. That would be this item right here, banana. All right. You can also see the same item using the Swagger UI. So come back over here and copy this. And let's try to access the same thing using Swagger UI. So this is a user interface provided by the creators of FastAPI. Come over here and you're going to see, there you go. That's the one. This is the one that's responsible. This one actually got created from this code right here. This one. Okay, go back over here and click on get, and you're going to see this option, try it out. So if you try to enter something right now, nothing will happen because you did not press this button. So go ahead, press this button, try it out, and then you enter the ID. So let's say I enter the ID 2. All right, execute and come down, and you're going to see that option. It actually sent this URL request right here, and this is the response it got from the Fast API server. ID 2, name banana, price 3, quantity 5. Let's say we enter a number that is not there. Let's say I enter the number 6. I come down over here, execute, come down, and there you go. You're going to see this message, detail item not found. That's because we had this HTTP exception. We're raising this HTTP exception if there's nothing over there. And you get this message, item not found. Okay, now I will show you how to update an entire row, entire record. In other words, you want to update everything. So in this case, I'll be using put request. Put is generally used when you want to have a full update. In other words, you want to replace the entire record. So in this case, I'm calling the inbuilt method put items. This is my URL, and you specify your item ID. Now, it's going to call this function item ID. This item ID is going to take item ID. It's going to call the function item update item, and this update item is going to take item ID as an argument, and also going to take this item class right here. That was the one that I showed you a minute ago. That would be right here, this one. So this is the one that's going to make sure that your data validation check is passed. So come down over here. There you go. So this is the one that's going to do the data validation. Okay, connection, create a cursor, execute your cursor right here, commit it, close it, and then return the message if the item has been fully updated. This right here, SQL syntax, is responsible for updating your items. So I'm going to save this. And now let's update an item using Swagger UI. I'm going to go to this particular URL. So Control C, go to that URL. I'm going to just paste it over here, enter, and there you go. Now you're going to see put request right here. This put request came from this code right here. This one. This is responsible for that put request. Okay, so let's go ahead, click on put. Oh, sorry, yeah, put. All right, click on try it out. Okay, item ID. Which one you want to update? So let's say I want to update this one, 4 string. This is the one that was mistake. So I'm going to call 4 and I'm going to call the fruit something else. So come over here. Item ID is 4. All right. And I want to replace that. So edit value is this right here. So my current value is string. I'm going to call this thing as, let's pick a fruit, mango. mango, quantity 1, and let's say the price is 7, or let's make it 8. The price is 8. All right, let's execute and come down here, and it says item has been fully updated. All right, we got this message because the code right here, it returned this message, item fully updated. That tells me everything got executed successfully. So that means this item has been updated. Let's go verify. Come over here, refresh, and there you go. You can see that 4 mango 1 8. And now I will show you how to delete an item. So this code is responsible for that. I'll be sending or I'll be using delete request. So in this case, this is my items, this is the URL, specify your item ID. So when a user sends a delete request using this URL, it's going to call this function delete item. It's going to take the item ID, it has to be integer. Let me save this. And then it's going to create a connection, create a cursor, it's going to execute the cursor, and the SQL statement it's going to execute would be delete from items where ID equal to item ID. That came from here. And then it's going to commit, and then it's going to close, and then it's going to return a message saying item has been successfully deleted. So let's go ahead and delete one of the items. The item that I'll be trying to delete would be this one right here, 4 mango. All right, let's come back over here, and I saved this file. So the server has already uploaded the code, and I'm gonna try to delete this item by using my Swagger UI. This is the UI I'm gonna go. So Control C. This is the same Swagger UI that I've been using so far. I'm just gonna paste it over here, enter, and there you go. You're gonna see an option for delete. There you go. Delete the option. This is the one. So go ahead, click on delete option, and come down over here. And if you try to activate this, this is not going to work because you did not press this button. Go ahead, press try it out, and now this button gets activated. So we want to delete the item with ID 4. That would be this one right here. I want to delete this. So item ID 4, hit execute, and come down, and you should see a message, item deleted. And the reason you're seeing this message is because this code right here, it actually executed this function, and this function right here, it executed the query. Okay, and at the end it printed this message, item deleted. All right, let's go verify that in our database. So this is my database. Let me refresh, and there you go. You can see mango has been successfully deleted. Come back over here, and there you go.